Chris Allen.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, once it's in position for you, if you could just give us a bit of groove. Okay, is that okay?
Yeah.
Great.
Possibly the seat height might be an issue, but probably about it.
Okay. Good stuff. Okay, well, if you just come and sit on this seat here, Chris, a second, I'll ask you some questions. Okay, so Chris, what are the health and safety considerations you should take into account when playing the drums?
Posture.
Yep.
Well, general posture would be sitting up straight, keeping your arms apart nicely.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be because, like, if you're slouched, you can injure your back. And you'll be sitting down for a long time. So,
Okay.
want to make sure your posture's good. Stick grip's important because you don't want to let go of your stick and hurt yourself or someone else. Also, if you're holding it wrong, you get blisters and cuts. You want to, and also you want to make sure that the type of grip on the stick is correct. Because if you have, say, a rubber grip, but you grip tightly, you can really hurt your hands with that. Hearing is really important, so you want to have some sort of ear protection. I use -9 decibel, one size fits all with earplugs, but you can get like ear defenders, which are good for like studio work. And you can get foam ones as well, disposable ones, which are good to carry around in case you lose your other ones. The other things would be that the drum kit's quite heavy. You don't want, so you got to make sure you're lifting everything correctly, so you don't strain your back. And yeah, so.
Okay, good. So, Chris, describe your warm-up routine.
Well, first I stretch to make sure that I'm nice and loose and ready to start playing. Then I do like low intensity exercises. I go 4, 3, 2, 1 from snare and toms, but like a slow BPM to sort of get myself into it. And then I start doing paradiddles on the snare, toms and hi-hats. And also I do paradiddles with my feet because I play double bass pedal, so I need to warm my feet. Plus I've got problems with my knees, so I need to make sure they're nice and warmed up and I don't strain myself.
Okay, good. Chris, when you're setting up your drum kit, as you just did, could you list some of the considerations that you make?
Well, I'm quite tall, so my seat height is really important. Because if it's really low, my posture instantly gets worse. Because I'm like having to lean strangely, and that can really hurt me, pull my back and such. I've got to make sure everything's the right distance away from me. Because if I'm stretching and going in strange places, I start to hurt myself. Say I have a double bass pedal, which I usually do. I have to make sure that it's the right length apart for my legs to sit comfortably, and I have to make sure that they're far enough away from me that my legs aren't at like more than a 90-degree angle. I want them around this sort of length. Also, yeah, I think that's probably about it.
Okay, good stuff. What drum kit do you play at the moment, Chris, and why?
Well, at the moment I only own an acoustic kit. An electric kit at home, which is good for practicing.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to invest in a acoustic kit. I'd want a Yamaha Live Series, like rock kit, with a 14-inch snare, 12-inch tom, 13-inch tom, and a 16-inch floor tom with a 22-inch bass drum. That's like the general sort of rock feel. Is like not too big, not too small. Like coated Admiral, as coated Ambassador, heads on my snare, and then clear heads on the other ones. The coated Ambassador would be because my snare is going to be the most used. I want heads that last a long time. And my double bass pedal, I'd be using an Axis double bass pedal that is, it's not got a chain, and it's like moving part wise, maintenance for it is quite easy. You don't need to it all needs to be kept lubed up, and like plastic beaters, because I like the sound of a plastic beater.
Okay, good stuff. So I know you don't own an acoustic kit, Chris, but as you understand it, what are the regular maintenance procedures you should carry out on a drum kit?
Keeping like all moving parts lubricated so things don't rust. Making sure that there's that all of the heads are in a good working condition, to make sure that if there is wear and tear, like to replace it immediately rather than going to a gig and breaking it, because that would be atrocious. With the snare, making sure that the actual snare part of it is intact, and so that like doesn't dull the sound, and keeping everything generally in tune as well. Okay,
good stuff. So Chris, over there is a snare drum. If you could just go and get it, put it on your lap, and then could you talk me through the bits of that snare drum?
I don't have my drum cube.
As you understand it, that's fine. So just talk us through the elements of that snare drum.
Well, you've got your batter head, resonant head, the actual snare, lugs and tension rods, rim and bearing edge, and yeah.
Okay. What do you think that one's made of?
Probably 7-ply birch.
Okay. Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
Okay, good stuff. So Chris, could you just talk me through the procedure? You haven't got to do it. Just talk me through the procedure of changing the batter head.
Well, you have to undo all of the tension rods, do it cross tension to make sure you don't damage anything. You then take off the rim, take off the actual head, clean the bearing edge. You take the new head, make sure that's clean and in a good state, put it on, make sure it's nice and loose and it's got a little bit of movement. Then replace the rim. Then you using finger pinch technique, you cross tension and tighten it. Once it's and there's no wrinkles, once it's nice and tight, you then proceed to tune it to a note that you think that you want, either one that you've like nice, or you get an actual tuner and take that note and quarter turns all the way around while using cross tensioning again.
Okay, good. Well done.